Forgive us too.
I don't want to show you being seen the camera like I'm trying to control everyone. I'm saying what we do when we speak to these guys, just catch them. Don't let them run away, because they want anyone to speak. Believe that God created Jesus out of Father. If you ask any human being, they reject it. But those who believe in it, because they believe God's able to do everything that befits His Majesty. Okay? But again, the Christians and the Jews, those who are stubborn, they look for any excuse to reject Islam. Even if that excuse goes against their own belief, they will not mind to use it against us. Anyway, backbiting Islam. Anyway, I'm talking about backbiting Islam. There is that issue that we can speak about. Of course, Islam is haram. It's forbidden to backbite your brother. To speak, what is there's backbiting and there's slandering. Backbiting, backbiting, when you speak about your brother, even if what you're saying is true, however your brother doesn't like it. For example, imagine we have a brother is very tall, and you say this brother is very tall, and he doesn't like it. That is backbiting, okay? Now, imagine you accuse him to be a murderer, or a robber, or a fornicator, or a thief, and that is slandering, and that is haram in Islam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave an example of backbiting. It's like you eating the flesh of your brother when he's dead, and it's very dangerous. However, let's understand, it's very clear. However, there is exception to it, meaning that if someone's spreading misguidance and lying against Islam and so on, you go expose him. Likewise, if you have to go to court, someone took your wealth and everything, you have to expose him by name to the judge. That is permissible. Why? Because it is needed and is necessary. Okay? That's why in Islam we have something called praise and criticize. That's why before we take any narration from any Muslim, we have to know this Muslim is trustworthy, truthful, and honest, and he's known for knowledge. So backbiting, including myself, sometimes we fall into, is very dangerous. Likewise, slandering your brother. And even our time, we see some issues people are speaking about in YouTube, online.
On the live chats, comments,
general, online, those issues. No one, like for example, about marriage, divorce. These issues, my brothers and my sisters, may Allah bless you all. This is not the issue that you speak about online. Mufti, Sheikh Ali Sheikh, may Allah preserve him. Sheikh Fawzan, me myself, I called him. And I said, yeah, Sheikh, there is a sister, she wants to get divorced, her husband doing this and that. He said, no, go to the people, go to Imam or go to the judge, speak to him, bring the sister and bring the husband. Why? Because sometimes the husband lies against his wife. And he said, my wife, she never listened to me. My wife, she mistreats me. My wife this, but we don't know that. The wife's not there. So, vice versa, the wife, she will say, my husband's doing this and that. In Islam, no. Both of you come, and not up front of everyone, you go to the judge. Why? A judge is someone expert in this field. You don't go to someone who has no clue about Islam. He has no clue about Islam, and maybe he's a Muslim, but doesn't have even enough knowledge how to perform a prayer or wudu, and you see him as a qadi. What is a qadi for the non-Muslims or the non-Arabic speakers? A judge. As mashallah, her channel or his channel is like a court. If you have any issues with your husband, come forward. If you have any issues with your wife, come forward. Big scholars in Islam fear this. Mufti al-Sheikh, they called him in a program. A brother, he said, my wife, I'm having a problem with my wife. Sheikh said, I don't answer these questions. Go to the court. But we have young brothers, young sisters speaking about these issues as mashallah, tabarakallah, Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. Or what's his name? Ibn Hazm al-Zahiri. No, brothers, including myself, advise these issues, we should not be speaking about them openly. If a brother has a problem, okay, brother, go to the Imam, or sister, both of you go to Imam, sit together, try to resolve the problem. Both of you, you have to overlook the mistakes of each other. We're not perfect. You know, we're always asking our wife to do things for us, but do we fulfill their rights? Naam, so that's my advice. And backbiting, as I've mentioned, is very dangerous.
Can you do it in the comment? Hold on. Can you do it in the comment section, Akhi? Like like in the live chats.
I don't do this, Akhi. You know me, I don't deal with this live.
No. Can you backbite as well? And what's the conditions of
backbite? Is haram, Akhi.
Yeah.
Exception, which is that if you go into the courts, okay, or someone wants to marry your sister, and you want to find out about him if he's a good person or not, you are allowed to ask people, and the people are allowed to mention his mistakes. Also, sometimes it's permissible to say a brother is tall if the only way to know him by describing him, then it's permissible. So don't mix between the two.
Is that the online one?
No, brother, I'm
Don't
talking
worry,
online,
same thing,
brother.
same thing,
I'm
same
talking
thing.
everything, online and
Same
offline.
thing.
online,
Brother,
offline.
online and
general,
offline.
yeah, in general,
Man,
yeah.
online, offline, between the line
into
is
backbiting.
forbidden.
That's what I'm saying.
Backbiting is lie, akhi.
People chat a lot.
Brother, please. Brother, please. My point here is offline, online, between the line is haram. Backbiting your brother or your sister is haram. As well, I've mentioned there is exception. That's why some people will say, why Shamsi won't and get so and so? Why you backbiting your brother? No, it's needed. Those guys are khawarij, misguided people. And not every person are called
That's
khawarij.
exception.
Exception to expose the Rafida, khawarij and al-bidah.
What
Naam,
else?
you mentioned
Is
by
that-
names.
That's the only exception.
No,
yeah?
likewise.
Is there any other exceptions?
I'm coming to you. Akhi. If you have some,
I want to know.
yes.
I'm quite curious.
Likewise, if someone wants to do business with you,
Like,
if you don't
it's
know
talking
one
legit, that's why.
if you don't know one person, if you don't know a person and he wants to do a business with you, you have to investigate about the person. So it is okay for the people to mention his mistakes and say, no, don't do business with him. He's not trustworthy. That's not backbiting. That is halal. Why? Because to defend you from him, from his evil. Likewise, if someone wants to marry your sister or your daughter, you're allowed to do investigation about him.
But you have to
and
talk. Sorry.
the people are allowed to speak about him. What do you want to say?
I want to say, you know, before you go online exposing people, you have to give them advice like one-to-one personal.
Yeah, that's true. You Muslim brothers,
Private,
you have
yeah.
to do it. And
Try to
akhi,
correct them. or
correct
something.
them,
Yeah.
correct them, and so on.
But
And
online,
oh,
it's hitting it for no reason. That's what I'm saying.
brother, online, offline.
They're just gonna go mad.
But online is worse. I agree with you. Online is worse. You know why?
Worse.
Brother, you can speak, akhi, wallahi.
Sorry.
Wallahi. Online, because I already covered that. You're just repeating yourself. Now, online is online is worse. Why online is worse? Because, especially in Speaker's Corner, brothers, we have to understand that Speaker's Corner became worldwide. I was speaking to Leon about this issue. That you have to know how to portray it, Speaker's Corner. Like if you always record people fighting, people accusing one another to be this and that, people they think Speaker's Corner is some wild animal's place. Everyone's going crazy. There is Hyde in Speaker's Corner. That's why I keep coming. Sometimes, yes, as we have mentioned, in the nature of Speaker's Corner, you do fall into some argument which is not praiseworthy, okay? But accusing people, it's online. People, they don't even understand the issue behind it. And accusing this brother is a lie. No, it's not Islamic. It's not to go online, except if someone is mubtadi', misguided, calling people to misguidance. But personal issues, no. It's not be spread out because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, woe to those who spread the fahish amongst the Muslims. Now, why? Because why? That weaken the Muslims. Once you can look, Muslims are smoking drugs. The Muslims are doing this. We are in a bad situation. You start thinking the Muslim Ummah became corrupted. No, and what, subhanallah, human nature, Muslim or non-Muslims, if we see someone doing good, we never spread it out. But if you see someone doing evil, everyone will spread it out. Why? You should spread something good about your brother.
Okay, I want to ask
And I'm
you a
not
question
perfect
for
as a
that.
human being. I make mistakes without any doubt.
Yeah.
This advice are always mentioned to me first. You know, I'm not perfect. We are human beings. That's what Imam Malik said. If the only person that should give advice, the one does not fall into sin, therefore no one should give advice. Because from human nature we fall into sin. Nah, doesn't mean because I'm doing something incorrect, I should not advise my brother. Likewise, you should advise me. No, we advise one another. Advice is above everything. You know?
Do you have another thing is if you're in a halakha and
Circle
in a
of
circle,
knowledge.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if someone's doing ghiba, what do you do? Do you leave or do you advise them or what do you do?
If someone do ghiba, basically for the non-Muslims, or
Ghiba
for the
means
Muslims that
backbiting, tell them.
it's backbiting.
Ghiba means-
As we have defined what is backbiting, to speak about your brother behind his back, even about something which he has, which is true, but he doesn't like it. That's backbiting.
What about
Namima,
correcting? What about correcting someone like what he said? That he said.
I spoke about this.
He's already done it.
Yeah. So if you're in a gathering, one brother's backbiting, you advise him, Akhi, fear Allah. That's haram backbiting. If you carry on, you leave.
And then you join. Sometimes it's so bad, people join in.
No, you leave, Akhi. You leave, Akhi.
Yeah, you leave
If you
yourself.
join in without you remembering Mektaba to Allah, all of us, we fall into some type of shortcomings. We're not perfect.
Yeah.
We advise one another.
Yeah.
Now we know the Muslim Ummah become like everyone's enemy one another. Let's expose so and so. Let's
you
expose. But, there's exception. If someone's sahibu bid'ah.
Yes.
But some personal issues.
Yeah.
Issues that is needed to be verified very, very well. Issues has to go back to the courts, to the judges, to look into it. Bear in mind, judges will take them months or a year to look into the case. You have, mashallah, brothers and sisters, take them one day and they come with decision. Yeah, this brother is wrong. This sister is wrong.
And what do you do?
I'm talking
Akhi?
personal issues.
Yeah, what do you do? You know, when someone reminds somebody, don't backbite,
Yeah.
and then that person goes and tells everyone, you know what, this person is not perfect, or you know, like not happy.
No,
with
there's no
because-
justification.
Just because you're advising them, oh, they're advising you. Why are they advising you? Do you understand? They're not happy because you're advising them not to backbite.
Brother-
You're telling everyone, oh, look at this guy advising everyone.
You think he's better than everyone?
Yeah, and all this.
Brother,
sort of
أخي,
thing.
look, أخي, Imam al-Shafi'i said, رضا الناس غاية لا تدرك. I will tell you this funny story, and there is a moral thing behind it. In Arabic language, I translate it. Pleasing people, something you will never be able to achieve. They said there's a person called Juha. Or we say another person, because Juha was one of the muhaddithin. They said another person with his son. Hey, حياك الله أخي, بارك الله فيك. They said this person, he said to his son, the father said to his son, my son, I'm going to show you that you'll never please people. You'll never be able to please people. So he said, let us go, you and I, with our donkey, pass by a group of people. So they went past by a group of people. Said, look to these people. They are foolish one. They have a donkey and they don't use it. He said, oh my son, let us, me and you, ride upon a donkey. They went past by another group of people. Said, look, these evil people. Donkey, look, it's poor donkey. It's very weak. And above them on a donkey, he said, oh my father, let me get off donkey and you sit on a donkey. So they carried donkey, they went past by another group of people. Said, look, this old man doesn't respect his young son. His son is very weak. He said, oh my son, let me get off and you get on a donkey. They walked past another group of people. Said, look, this young man doesn't respect his father. His father is walking as on a donkey. He said, oh my son, me and you, let us carry the donkey. Then they went past a group of people. Said, look, this is a foolish one. They carry the donkey. Then he said, oh my son, you know what I'm showing you? Whatever you do, no one can please, you cannot please everyone. So we're not here to please people. People can slander you, lie against you, accuse you, many things. My brothers and my sisters, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they accuse him to have a son. They accuse Allah to get tired. They accuse Allah to be stingy. They accuse Prophet Muhammad to be a liar. What about us? They accuse Jesus to be racist to the Canaanite woman. They accuse Moses to kill innocent people. They accuse Solomon for into idol worshipping. So what about us? They accuse Ishmael. They accuse many people. My point here is that do your job, do your duty, akhi. Advise the people. If you have a knowledge, of course, advise. As for people accepting or not, is not your duty. You do what is upon you. Allah said, وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. What is upon the messenger to convey the message. That's what is upon us, to convey the message. Brother, one brother sent me a comment section. One guy said about me, he's gonna, I don't mention,
Yeah.
he's gonna do this to me.
Yeah.
Brother, I'm not, if you read comment section, you go Majnoon.
Yes, that's true.
But remember those, they're right in the comment section.
Majnoon is crazy.
They're crazy.
You can tell him it's me.
No. The point is,
Comment
the
section
point,
is crazy.
yeah, the point here is, those people we don't even know if they are human being or not.
That's true.
If they are sane or insane.
Jokes still.
You have problem with us, come speak at school, not have dialogue with us.
Yeah.
We, alhamdulillah, we show our faces. We don't fear no one except
There
Allah
you
subhanahu wa
are.
ta'ala.
Yeah.
But you are called in Arabic in our terms, we call you jihadist keyboard.
Yeah.
You do jihad in keyboard. That's what you do.
Keyboard
In
jihadi.
Keyboard jihadi, yeah. Which is jihadist. You're very mujahid in
Jihad
keyboard.
keyboard,
Yeah, that's what you do. Behind keyboard doing jihad. But I come to real life, we are here. But my point I'm not many times, backbiting, slandering is a big sin, brother. I don't know how can I say it. But anyway, that's a shade. Is that clear?
Warrior, keyboard warrior.
What you want to say? It's, yeah, but even one thing I have to advise brothers with. Wallahi, even these live shows and everything, let us bring student of knowledge, bring scholars,
Yes.
other things. Don't do your own show and this and that.
That's definitely
not,
right.
yeah.
Definitely right.
Why? Because
Definitely.
doing your own show, people are gonna start talking about you, and it's true. Sometimes you're not even
It's a bit confusing for normal
you're not a
people.
person of
Yeah.
someone who should be put yourself forward to teach people and that. So make your channel is da'wah channel, but don't make your channel as khayta channel. You are one day is da'wah, one day someone fighting someone, one day someone chasing someone, one day someone do. It's not this. It's
That's why I have two channels. One's
No, they do. Please,
You
ikhwani.
know the normal channels what I got, yeah? Like there's no scholars and everyone's talking about the religion as well, yeah? And they get bare things wrong. And then you see like a lot of things, people like copy and pasting other hadiths and all that, and then there's so much clashes with different sects. It becomes confusing.
But
for
sometimes, to be
normal
honest,
person to learn.
the people
So
come and
that's
say,
why scholars are good to come.
of course, the scholars is a ni'mah.
Yeah, yeah.
And let me
Yeah.
clarify something, because
Yeah.
he's recording, and most of the viewers in COE. Yes.
It's a license.
Because people
Is it live?
listen
Okay.
to scholars.
Hey.
Mad.
My point is
So
that people
confusion, innit? Sorry.
people say scholars in Islam. Our scholars in Islam is not like a Freemason thing, yeah? Because I remember one of the guys, I don't mention them, I believe they were sincere, they were speaking, just asking questions. Our scholars, not you don't have to go through a secret agent to become scholar. No. Anyone can become scholar. And we don't accept scholar statements if there is no proof in the Quran and the Sunnah. Imagine scholar said, now it's okay for you to drink khamr, alcohol, yeah? So Allah clearly said, I said, you are a misguided scholar. Or a scholar says, now it's okay to fornicate. We said, you know, scholar, you are Dajjal, a liar. You know, evil man. We say it's okay to have a girlfriend. So, you know, scholar, you're kadab. Because why? There's no proof, rather the proof in the Quran go against it. So in Islam, the foundation is clear. But some issues are unclear. You go back to scholars, meaning those who study this issue from the ahadith, various ahadith, and bringing the Quran together, and the aqwal of the companions, and understand them very well, and they come to conclusion. For example, you can know certain things about medicine, but when you go in, you don't know in depth. If you want to learn about medicine in depth, you go to the experts. No one said don't go to experts.
100%, yes.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying you should trust them, but I'm saying, like in Islam, we don't trust every scholar. If a scholar comes with misguidance, we reject him. And Prophet Muhammad ﷺ warned us against evil scholars. There will be evil scholars. Okay? I can become a scholar if I'm sincere. Abu Layth is an evil scholar without any doubt. Okay? 100%. That is not Abu Layth, it's Abu what they call it?
Dajjal.
No.
Liar.
It's Abu Mouse. Abu Fa'ar, the father of a mouse. Nah. Wait, brother. Because I will tell you, man, bless you. Maybe you will say, Shamsi, when you try to control the people. If you keep cutting me, I cannot finish my point, I forget it. Now let me finish my point. And then I know sounds maybe I did too long. Okay. Okay. My point here is, now look, I forgot. Anyway, the shade is evil scholars. We won't against them and we stay away from them. Okay. That's the other thing. Look after yourself.
May Allah guide you to the truth.
Likewise,
Okay, man.
Next week, take this
There's a hadith, there was like, you get 2 deeds when a scholar tells you something right and then there's something wrong.
Yeah,
I forgot.
that's true.
Remind me, because I was
That's
somewhere
true.
forgot.
But anyway, what I will finish with,
Talk about that one.
yeah, of course, scholar, there's a hadith, but this is a different thing, that if a scholar make ijtihad, meaning that if he tried to derive a ruling from the Quran and the Sunnah, and he was unable to reach the conclusion where he got it wrong, you have his reward for striving harder to look in the Quran and the prophetic tradition to find the conclusion. However, if you get it right, you get double reward. But my point here is that in Islam we have evil scholars and reward against them. As the brother mentioned, Abu Layth, to be honest, he's not even scholar to begin with. Okay.
Agent, man.
Anyways, anyway, my point is everything is halal for him. The other thing I want to mention that I conclude with, ikhwan. If you don't know him, you're good. Alhamdulillah, you're blessed. If you don't know him, very good. Trust me, you're very good. My point is that some issues are not in speaker's corner. People debate about, which is deep in the heart, you know. Be honest with yourself. Like we know in every field there's an expert. I'm not going to read a book of medicine and start doing operation in every person's heart as a band experts. I'm not going to do that. Let's be realistic. Now, by Islam, you don't have to go through secret agent to become a scholar as people try. You know, you can become a scholar by study, learning, and the Quran is not in a hidden cave that only certain people go inside the cave. No, it's open for everyone to read the Quran, study, and learn.
Battery is extremely low.
Yeah, prophetic
My one's
tradition.
full, don't
So the
worry.
last thing I will leave you with, all people, every part in our body has a purpose. Let alone ourselves, we have a purpose. A wise man, if I'm traveling to a country, please let me finish. You cannot tell me what to say, barakallahu fikum. I believe people are the viewers are wise people. If you're traveling to a country you've never been there before, what would you do first? You study beforehand. Is it safe country? Is it cold country? Which currency they use? The foolish man, the one who says, you know what, when I get there, I will come to know. But guess what? When he gets there, it's a dangerous country. Likewise, one day we have to live this life. That's what Allah charged people with death. Anyone reject Allah and His messengers, Allah charged you with death, and you will never run away from it. Allah said, say to them, Muhammad, the death that you try to run away from, verily will meet you, and you will return to Allah. So let us study why we have to die, what is the truth, why we have to worship the Creator. Every person know, if someone does a favor to you, you should appreciate him for his favor. What about the Creator's favors? His, the water, the air that we breathe, our ability that we can walk and talk and everything. There's many blessings of the Creator. So let us study and analyze and be honest, because maybe you are hyping the speaker's corner, rejecting what is clear cut, makes sense. What about us when we die and meet our Creator? Some people say there's nothing. That's what you are hoping. But Allah said you will return to your Lord. So I will leave you with this. Study about Islam and study about Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And there's many lie against him. And guess what? Even people lie against our prophets. The fastest growing religion on the face of earth is Islam. Go to the mosque in Islam. Go to the mosque on Friday. Just more people coming. Go to church on Sunday. Empty. No one is there. Everyone's drunk on Saturday night. No one's going. Everyone's hangover on Sunday. Cannot be bothered to go to church. It's empty, literally. You see, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promised us in the Quran, and that is a prophecy, that Islam will spread. We're not forcing no one with a sword or a spoon or a fork. We're not forcing no one. But Allah promised us that He will spread His religion. Those who hate Islam, you are waging a war against the Creator. I will tell you something, a glad tidings for you, you're going to lose. Anyway, we'll finish with this. سبحانك الله بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك وصلى الله نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وسلم تسليما كثيرا.